Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down the incredible journey of entrepreneur Dan Martell and the opportunity he believes will define our generation. And it's a story that starts in a place you would never, ever expect.
So this is where our story begins. Not with some big success story, but, well, at rock bottom. Can you imagine looking through old family photos and realizing you're just not there? For years, that was Dan Martell. In his own words, he was a total lost cause. I mean, to really understand how incredible his turnaround was, you first have to see just how bad things got.
The contrast between his past and his present, it's just wild. It's almost unbelievable, right? Going from being in and out of jail to running a $100 million business. And the crazy part is, it all hinged on a single moment.
Yeah, his teenage years were just this rapid descent. I'm not talking about one bad choice here. We're talking a constant downward spiral that just kept getting worse. And it got so dark, so bad that he found himself completely alone, thinking the only way out was, well, to end it all. But, sometimes rock bottom is where you find the foundation to rebuild. And for Dan, it all started with one person. Just one.
A jail guard named Brian. Not a therapist, not a caseworker, just a guard. He pulled him aside and said these four simple words. He planted this tiny seed of belief that Dan didn't even have in himself, and that was enough. And that little spark of hope, that was all he needed to start the long, hard journey of cleaning up his act. We're talking an 11-month journey of therapy and self-work in a rehab center. It was tough, but it was a start.
So, in rehab, he stumbles upon the tool that would not only change his life, but become the very engine for his success.
Okay, get this. He finds an old computer, a book on programming, and he types in his very first command, making the words "Hello World" pop up on the screen. For someone who'd never coded, this was like magic. That moment sparked a brand new addiction, but this time, a healthy one. It filled that void left behind, and for the very first time, it made him feel smart, capable. It was like the ultimate personal development program, and it completely rebuilt his self-worth.
Now let's be clear, this wasn't an overnight thing, not at all. It took a full decade of just relentless work, from that first Hello World at 17, all the way to making his first $1 million at 27. 10 years.
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. This is where Dan's story becomes a blueprint for us. He sees that same exact life-changing opportunity available to everyone right now. He's super clear about this. Learning to automate with AI today is the modern equivalent of what learning to code was for him back in the day. It's the new turning point, the big one. And the scale, it's just staggering. I mean, in just a couple of years, ChatGPT alone has reached 700 million weekly users. That is the fastest tech adoption in history, period.
And he believes AI is the single biggest opportunity for one huge reason. For the first time ever, the programming language, it's just English. Anyone can do it.
So the big question is, how can you jump on this? Well, Dan lays out a blueprint that's so simple anyone with a bit of energy and ambition can follow it.
It's what he calls the AI automation agency model. Basically, you target local businesses. You find a process they do every day, like handling calls or emails. Then you use simple AI tools to automate that workflow for them. And here's the kicker. You charge them a monthly retainer to manage it. The crucial part here is that countless small businesses need this help, but they're too scared or intimidated to start. That creates a massive opening for you.
And you don't have to get complicated. Just focus on the low-hanging fruit. Two things. Automate stuff that saves them money, like customer support calls, or automate stuff that makes them money, like scheduling sales meetings. It's a really easy sell either way. But long-term, success isn't just going to be about the tech. Nope. It's going to be about developing these three uniquely human skills that AI just can't copy. We're talking about taste, the ability to recognize quality, vision, creating a future that should exist, and care, real emotional intelligence and empathy. Look, Dan's story proves one thing above all else. Your past does not have to define your future. And a single turning point, one new skill, can literally change everything. I mean, he went from being a lost cause to an absolute pioneer. With the blueprint laid out and the opportunity of a generation at your fingertips, the only real question left to answer is, well, this one.